We're getting a new look at the stepped-up immigration enforcement efforts that are happening on the Mexican side of the border. ABC News foreign correspondent Matt Rivers got an up-close look at some of the thousands of Mexican troops sent there as part of that new deal between the United States and Mexico. And he has more from Tijuana.
Hey there, yeah, we're alongside members of the Mexican National Guard here in Tijuana, Mexico, or rather the limit of Tijuana, Mexico, because if you follow me this way, you can see this is the U.S.-Mexico border right here. The wall actually stops at this exact part because the mountain here becomes too rocky and too steep to actually continue building the wall. So there's about 200 meters or so of open terrain here that, while too steep to build a wall, it's not too steep for migrants to cross over. In fact, we know that this was a key point for people illegally entering the United States. That clothing, water bottles, things like that, that's left behind by migrants. This was a highly trafficked area just up until a few weeks ago, until this new deployment of Mexican National Guard troops all along the border. Some 10,000 Mexican National Guard now deployed at different parts of the border after negotiations between the United States government and the Mexican government. President Trump had been threatening tariffs against Mexico for what he said was their unwillingness or inability to stop both fentanyl and migrants from entering the United States from Mexican territory. As a result of these negotiations, he put off those tariffs for 1 month, and the Mexicans have agreed to send more troops to the border. Not only to parts of the border wall like this, where migrants we know cross over, but also to ports of entry. It's important to note that a lot of the fentanyl that enters the United States actually goes through official ports of entry, just driven right across. And so we saw earlier troops from the Mexican National Guard inspecting cars going across that border. I was at that border crossing just a few weeks ago. That same border crossing did not have National Guard troops there. Now they are there. That is a recent development. And so this is the state of play, both in regards to fentanyl and to migrants along the U.S.-Mexico border. But whether all of this that we're seeing is enough for President Trump to further delay or maybe take off the table that threat of tariffs against Mexico remains to be seen. Kana?
All right, Matt Rivers, our thanks to you as always.